Okay, the next story is a bit of a mad one. So, Nat Phillips, who was on loan at Bournemouth last season, fifth choice centre back. There's been numerous reports saying that we would take 15 million for him, along with Nico Williams, and there's a lot of Premier League and top Championship sides interested in him. However, the Mirror have now said that Phillips' Phillips has made Anfield rethink due to Joel Matip being old and fragile. So the Mirror are basically saying that Anfield are now rethinking selling him because he could be Joel Matip's long-term replacement, and they could allow him to go on another loan to Bournemouth. Kev, this seems a bit against everything else that's being said. We've got 4 world-class centre-backs. Nat Phillips I think he's a very good Premier League centre-back, but we can't just keep him not even on the bench, can we? But if they're thinking of Joel Matip, maybe he's going to be leaving soon, then it's not the worst idea, but it's so conflicting to what we've been hearing, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. It's another little curveball that's being thrown out there, and there may be some justice to it. Do you know what I mean? Because he has done well out on loan this season. Do we? The issue is do we cash in on him now, or do we put him out on another loan again with the opportunity of coming back in? Now, if Matip is an issue, then I think it would have been more of an issue if Cameroon would have said, yeah, he was going to come back into the international front, but I don't think they're looking at. I don't think Samuel Eto'o was looking at him coming back, which is good news for us. I'd put him on loan unless we get the 15, 20 million for him. It's a hard one for me because I'd like to keep him on the bench, but I think if he stays, it depreciates his value. And he needs game time. He's 20. How old is he now? Is he 25?
25,
is he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not like a Reece Williams where he's 18 or 19 and there's potential there. He's coming into his peak time as being a centre half, and he needs to be playing well, and playing every week. He's not going to get it at Liverpool. So do we go down the loan route again with the option of bringing him back if we have another issue like we had 2 years ago where we had no centre halves? That is an option. But for me, I'm greedy when it comes to my centre halves because I just want as many as I can there in there. You see, but having said that, though, on the flip side of that, I don't think it's much. It's not doing him good. It's not going to do us any better by keeping him here, and he's not getting game time. So if the loan, if no one's willing to take him out on loan, then we do have to look at selling and trying to bring in, we've still got Sepp de Berg there as well, who you could potentially come in as well. So we're not lacking in that area. But for me, I would be looking at more likely selling than actually keeping.
Yeah, I mean, Damon, he signed a new contract before he went on loan. He's with the club till 2025. Obviously, Bournemouth have been promoted and he started him pretty much from the back last season. I mean, would it hurt his value to, spend a full year in the Premier League? Maybe he impresses, somehow saves Bournemouth from staying up. There's risks and rewards. I think Liverpool might just be like, we might risk it just to have him as backup, as Kev said, if we have another situation. I mean, it might maybe decrease its value by a couple of million, worst case, but best case, we could be going up to 20 million plus. I mean, look how much Harry Maguire sold for, and I think Nat Phillips was probably a bit better than him on his day.
Yeah. I think a loan deal is probably wasting everyone's time, to be honest. I think because he's 25. If he was 21, then fair enough, get him out there, getting some more experience, get him a full season in the Premier League. A bit like Kelleher, really. Kelleher's at the right age to get a full Premier League season under his belt and see how he goes. But at 25, he's quite, like you said, he's coming to his peak and he needs to be playing. I think I'd rather sell him. He did all right for the time that we had him, and his Cruyff turn against AC Milan was a highlight. But he ain't going to do that every week, and he didn't do that every week. He basically was just a man mountain, one who just heading everything out. I just don't think it suits the way we play. And with Gomez staying as well, I think we don't really need him as much. And Gomez is not going to be the full backup now to Trent, is he? He's going to be a full mainly centre back now and backup rather than, especially with Calvin Ramsey coming in. So I'd just sell as much as we can if we can get 15, 20. See you later.
Okay, so I'll put it this way: would you keep him if we were to sell Joe Gomez this summer?
Depending on who we can get in. If there's someone available that's younger and a lot of potential, then like the guy from Barcelona, is that Arujo or something like that?
Yeah, Arujo.
We gave up on him, didn't we? And I think
he signed a new contract.
Yeah. And we decided to keep Joe Gomez anyway. So if Joe goes in, it depends who's available. It's hard to really say. Cause it's not really a topic that we've been looking at, as it. We haven't really been looking at a centre back since Gomez has decided to stay. We haven't really been looking into it. So
it's not really in it. Yeah, it's not really an area that I think it's a priority this season to be looking at bringing acquisitions in. It's more of a let's see who we can get rid of and see who we potentially could sort out. The likes of Nico Williams going. It suits all parties. I don't think he would get the game time he wants. It's a World Cup year as well in December, so with how well he's been playing for Wales, he needs regular football going in up to those worlds up until Qatar. So it's not a priority for me at the minute. Don't get me wrong; it does come a priority if certain issues happen, which we've been through. But for me, I agree with Damon. His age it's just he's too high for me to put on loan for another season when we could just cash in and get the money and use that as for the areas that we do need, which is, as we've said before, number 8 or number 6.
Yeah, I think that is the main issue. With the fact that it looks like we're going to be spending big this summer. We probably are going to have to sell a few players, and 15 million's nothing to turn your head up at. I would say if we were okay not to recoup the money, I don't think it harms anyone to send him out on a loan. I think if he performs really well in the Premier League, that only increases his value. And if Bournemouth get relegated, then he stays at 15 million. He's still got a full length contract at a club. So, but it's a hard one. Will FSG or Julian Ward, think that needs to go? As Kev said, we have the likes of Reece Williams, Sepp Vandenberg still there. There's a couple
Ben Davies even.
I think he's gone. I forgot about him. It might be up there with the most pointless signing we've ever made, but I'm a bit indifferent. I'd loan him if he's happy to go on loan. Then I don't see any harm in it personally. And again, if we need to, we can bring him back. And I think that's something big that we can't see the future, unfortunately. So